Hello and welcome to Miss Charlotte Astrology. My name is Charlotte. I'm a full-time working astrologer, and on this channel I analyze astrological charts of public figures, and very often they are celebrities, and they normally come in the form of actors, artists, musicians, politicians, CEOs, billionaires, lots of different people. And today the person that I'll be looking at is, yes, a musician, a singer, a very talented singer. She's got a great set of pipes, but she's also a very successful TV talk show host, and of course I'm talking about the lovely Kelly Clarkson. So she's had a wild ride the last few years. You know, she, of course, those of us who are old enough to remember, she won American Idol back in 2002, and since then her career has gone from strength to strength. And in recent years, I think it was in 2020 or 2021, she launched her daytime TV talk show, and that's gone really well. And I like it because she's so multifaceted. I think she's a really great interviewer, and she's very personable and very charismatic. And then she's also got those set of pipes, and it's like a variety hour. So whenever I've tuned into her show, she's got so many things going on. Like, she can sing and she can talk and she's just so engaging. So I love it. So she's had quite a lot of triumph, but she's also had quite a bit of tragedy. You know, she filed for divorce from her husband in 2022 or 2023. And then that ex-husband sadly passed away the other day. I think his name's Brandon Burnstock, something like that. So he passed away on the 7th of August, and that's what I have here for the transits, was the day of his passing. And yeah, she wrote an album about her divorce from him, and it was scathing. And I remember at the time there was a lot of talk about him taking her money or trying to take her money. Like, it was a very volatile divorce. And yeah, the album, the songs reflect that for sure. So it's really interesting to hear, of course, because she's such a lovely person. Like, you can divorce someone and still love them, and I'm sure she still did, because she was right by his side, you know, holding his hand as he passed away. So she's a good person, clearly. So what I wanted to do here is have a look at a chart. We don't have a birth time, but I'm going to do the best I can. Have a look at her birth chart, try to understand her, and also have a look at these transits, because the last few years have been quite crazy. And I specifically want to talk about the Pisces Saturn transit over her Venus over the last couple of years, because that's been very difficult and rewarding at the same time. Okay, before I dive in, I just want you guys to know that I do have a class coming up in early September. It'll be on the Descendant, which marks out the 7th house in astrology, which is like the house of partnership and open enemies. So if you want to know more about the 7th house, please come along. I'll be looking at aspects to the Descendant, planetary placements in the 7th house. I'll be looking at all the signs of the Descendant, and of course I'll be using celebrity examples to illustrate my points. And that it will be a 2-hour class. There'll be a 45-minute presentation and a 75-minute Q&A where you get to pick my brain, and then you walk away from it with a recording of the session, as well as a workbook with answer pages designed by me. So if that's something that you're interested in, please come along. I would love to see you there. I do also do readings, so if you would like to get a reading from me, if you really like these, you can get a 15-minute full chart reading, synastry reading, transit reading, or a 5-minute focused reading, or astrocartography reading. And then I do also have a YouTube members. You can join for £5 a month, and it's where I post extra content, and it's a great way to support me. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And let's dive into Kelly Clarkson's chart. So yeah, okay, we don't have a rising sign. That's fine. I'm going to do the best I can here. We're just going to look at her placements and the planetary aspects, okay, as well as the transits. So Kelly is a sun and moon in Taurus, with a sun, moon, Mercury in Taurus with Chiron. Poor girl. She's like walking through this world being like everyone's healer. And then she's got a beautiful sextile with Venus in Pisces. And then she's got an awkwardly placed Mars at 2 degrees in Libra. So those of you born in the early months of 1982, you got it rough with this stellium in Libra, like the retrograde Mars. That Mars went retrograde for like 6 months in 1982. Ouch! And right now it is your Libra Mars return. So you're busy right now. You're probably popping off at people. You're like, I'm not gonna play Miss Nice Girl anymore. Like, that's what it's giving. She's very busy right now, very focused. She doesn't have time to grieve, poor thing. So yeah, let's have a look at some of these aspects. So she's solid. I mean, the Chiron with all of these planets, there's so much to say, because when the Chiron's with the moon, that's like a wounded family, rejection by the mother. I do feel like she might be close to her mum, but the mum's rejected. Like, there's something going on with that family. She doesn't really know her dad. I've heard something that she doesn't know her dad, or her dad is gone, or something like that. So that makes a lot of sense. And keep in mind, Chiron is not with the sun, but they are sitting together. But that's also like a wounded sense of self or a wounded ego. And how she can channel this is by taking on the role as a healer in her lifetime, which she is. Her show is incredibly happy and healing. She helps people. Like, she's a very kind person. Like, Chiron with personal placements softens you and makes you just, it can make you nice. It can make it, like, if you can take all the pain and the rejection that you've experienced. And Kelly Clarkson has experienced a lot of rejection. Like, I remember very early on people calling the poor girl fat, and she was not fat. She was not fat. She was like a healthy person, and she was just, made to feel not that beautiful, not that like. I remember distinctly when she started her career, she was made to feel like cheap, like a cheap act, like a cheap talent show contestant. So she had it really rough. So the fact that she's stayed this long, like, it's been 2 decades now, she's come into her own, and she brings joy to the world. People with the Chiron on your personal placements, they're people that have to do a lot of introspection, and they have to take their wounds and push them out and make the world a better place. They help people, they save people. That's just like their role. Because if they don't do that, then they feel useless and they feel like they've got no purpose, and they get depressed. And it's just this cycle, this like world, like, you're being sucked into a whirlpool of sadness if you don't have the ability to transmute your pain and put it out there into the world as something positive. You feel useless. So she's done really, really well with this. She's a testament to like a successful like Chiron conjunction with personal placements, for sure. Now, she's also solid. It's nice it's in an earth sign, because it gives her boundaries, and I think that makes so much sense with the relationship with her father. She can put up a boundary with people. So, speaking of boundaries or no boundaries, look at this sextile with Venus. Venus in Pisces, it's an exalted Venus. These people will love. They will love at their own detriment. Like, it is such an empathic placement. I get frustrated with Pisces Venuses because I love them so much. I love them. Like, I've a lot of Pisces Venus friends, but I'm very often on the phone to them and they're talking about their crappy husband that treats them badly and puts them down and is useless. A Pisces Venus will sacrifice themselves on the altar for someone that is not worth fighting for or sacrificing themselves for. They will love at their own detriment. And you know what the Saturn transit through Pisces has done? It's told them to finally, after maybe many, many years, or maybe the first time ever, to choose themselves. If you have a Pisces placement and Saturn's been ripping through you, ripping up your butthole, it's telling you to get it together and finally choose yourself. And sometimes love is a boundary. Take it from the Taurus Venus. You know what? Love is a boundary. If someone loves me, they respect my boundary. They don't crap on it. So yeah, and Saturn moving through Pisces placements, yes, it's been painful, and maybe there's hiccups in your relationship, or maybe you are going through a divorce, but it's also a glow up placement. Look what happened as soon as she divorced that. I'm sorry, I know he's passed away, and we feel very bad for him. He didn't deserve that. It's awful. But when she dropped the dead weight, she dropped more dead weight. She lost weight, she got healthy, and she had a glow up. She dropped a bad man, and then she got a glow up. I'm sorry, I shouldn't call him a bad man. I'm sure he's a good man, but based on the album that she wrote, he did not treat her well and he took her money, or at least tried to, right? So Saturn moving through her Venus, it broke her heart, but it broke her open. And it taught her to choose herself and how to establish boundaries. If you've got some Pisces placements, you've got a Pisces Venus in particular, you have 6 months. This is your exam. This is your exam. Can you solidify those boundaries? You need to make sure that the cement is hard. And that wall that you built up, it's strong enough to withstand potential mess later on. Because the boundary must be solid. That's what I'm saying here. The boundary must be solid. Now, Saturn's going to move back into Pisces soon, and then it's going to move into Aries full time as of February. Get it together, Pisces placements. Enough. Enough. You've been presented with a relationship or relationships that have shown you everything you need to know about that person or people. Please stop thinking with your heart now. Think with your head. If this person gives you nothing, then you need to return that in kind, or not at all. Actually, to return, like, give them nothing. Give them a boundary. But yeah, this is the glow up. If you're a Pisces and you've got Saturn ripping through you, this is your glow up. This is your success story. Saturn will put the spotlight on you if you can learn your lesson, and it will reward you. She made a lot of money during this period. I mean, she lost a lot of money. She gained a lot of money, and then she lost a lot of money, but she'll gain it back. She'll be good. The North Node currently is sitting on her Venus and Pisces, so she's doing really well creatively. Also, the death of her ex-husband, and I know it's horrible, and I say this as someone that has experienced death and then had great fortune soon afterwards. This is going to be a very good time for her financially and creatively. This death is lighting a fire in her heart, and she's going to be releasing music. She's going to be very, very busy in her with her creative outlets. So she's going to do really well, and she's making more money each day. Like, she's doing fine in that area of her life. Now, my dog is complaining. Hold on. Okay. I had to tell her to be quiet. Let's have a look at the aspects to her planets. We don't have houses, so we're going to look at aspects for this. Neptune square Venus falls delusionally in love. I mean, Venus in Pisces is delusionally in love on its own anyway, but Neptune squaring Venus, that's drunk in love. That's deluded and drunk together. She was probably seeing red flags very early on when it came to her ex-husband, and she probably ignored it because she had a feeling. And they were so sure of the feelings. Pisces placements are so sure in their feelings that what they feel is fact. And sometimes it gets them acting crazy and making poor choices. But anyway, I'm not saying that her marriage was a poor choice, but there were red flags that she likely ignored. But if you have a Neptune square Venus, you are prone to falling delusionally in love. It's impractical love, right? You fall in love. It's like, it's bigger than you. It's a wave that sweeps you away. What else is it? And Neptune square Mars. I wonder if she slept with him quickly. It's like quick, because I remember her talking about her husband when they were together, because I think before she was like, I don't want kids, and then she met him and it was like, boom, okay, I'll have kids. So when you have Neptune square Venus is delusionally in love. Neptune square Mars is like, I mean, it could be irresponsible sex, like falling into bed too quickly with someone. Like, you got to be careful with that though, because if that could go left real quick. But anyway, irresponsible sex. They can play it that way. Now Neptune even though it's got these really harsh aspects to two personal placements, it's got a really nice aspect to the sun. So she's got an earth trine. Oh, it's not an earth trine exactly, because Neptune is in a late degree of Sagittarius, but it trines her very early Taurus sun. So her very early degree Taurus sun. This is what I call the halo. And she has that, Princess Diana had Neptune square the sun. If you've got Neptune trine the sun. If you've got Neptune trine the sun, you have what I call the halo. And you kind of walk through the world almost as this almost like people see you as a bit like superhuman, or like there's a halo over your head, like you're kind of like a saint. And if you look at someone, and I know they're very different people, right? Kelly Clarkson and Princess Diana are very different people, but there's something angelic about them. Neptune trine the sun people are angelic. Like they're God's chosen one. She's got that. There's something very wholesome and angelic about her. She walks around with a light above her head, and everybody adores her. She's a very magnetic person, and so positive and so sunny, and she means well, and she just wants to help the world. And literally, if you ask her, what do you want to achieve in your lifetime, if it's just one thing, other than obviously make sure her kids are happy and safe and healthy, it would probably be, make the world a better place. That's what Princess Diana was here for. That's what Kelly Clarkson's here for. If you go a Neptune trine the sun, you're here to make the world a better place. So kumbaya. I would love to know where this Pluto and this Jupiter are in her chart. If I had the houses, I'd be able to see where this chaos is. Where is this chaos? Because it's opposed the sun. It is feelings of rejection. Because wherever this Pluto is where there is a lot of destruction and grief and like there's sadness there, but it's transformation. There's some happy stuff there too, but generally Pluto's not a fun planet, and it's opposite her sun. What is she trying to ignore? What is she trying to heal from? What area of her life is this happening? Maybe this is her parent stuff. Maybe she grew up in an environment where people were like, you'll never be a famous singer. You're never going to achieve your dream. You're never, no. Like, why are you doing that? Why are you being creative? Like, the sun is your creative force. If you've got generational planet opposed it, squared it, then you're going to get haters. You're going to be in environments where your talent and your self-expression are not appreciated. So, yeah. Uranus sextile Mars. That's nice. That's her being, I don't want to say she's a jack of all trades, because she's clearly a master of her craft in terms of performing and singing. But if you've got these two planets in a sextile, highly creative, highly motivated in a creative space, kind of ingenious as well. Because Uranus is a higher mind planet. Like if you think of Mercury as like the small mind, individual mind, Uranus is the higher mind. And when you have a generational planet, specifically Uranus, in a sextile with a personal placement, you are going to know how to entertain people. You're going to have you've got your fingers on the pulse of society. Like you're tapped in, like you know what the public want. Because it's an outer planet. You've got an outer planet in a nice aspect with a personal planet. You're going to know what to give people. You're going to be very connected to things outside of yourself, and it's going to help you creatively, and it's going to make you very clever. So, yeah. I'm really interested to see how her Saturn opposition is going to go. It's just getting older. It's a generational thing. If you are Saturn in Libra, you're about to go through your Saturn opposition. Basically, you're 18 years away from your second Saturn return. So yes, knees are starting to hurt. Get your health in order. She has no Aries placements, so even though her husband's passed away, she's got this grieving period for the next 3 years. Hopefully it's an easy time for her. But once, it's not going to be easy to grieve, but you need to have you need to have that space to grieve. That's what I'm saying. So hopefully this is like an easy transit for her, so she has time to grieve. That's what I'm saying. Because when my mum died, I had 3 years of Saturn in Aquarius to heal. Emotionally, it was a stinker of a time, but it was I had that container. This is the container where she can scream into the abyss. That's the Saturn in Aries transit for her. But once the 3 years is over, Saturn's going to move into Taurus, and it's on like Donkey Kong. Like, because Saturn's going to move through her personal placement, so I think she's going to make more money. I think she's going to have another business venture. I think she's going to get very popular. I think also she might, if she also might, there's a danger here of getting overexposed and people resenting you, because once you're overexposed as a celebrity and you get too much praise, people want to cut the poppy, you know, like, cause the tall poppy syndrome kicks in. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but in Australia we have this saying called tall poppy syndrome, where if you get too big, too tall, they want to cut your head off, like a poppy, like the poppy grew too tall, so you cut it. That can happen here when you're overexposed. It happened with Taylor Swift when Saturn went through Sagittarius. That's when she got disgraced. But yeah, when Saturn goes through your sun sign, you've got to hold it in. You've got to be patient. You've got to be disciplined, and you got to get it together. You can't be doing too much. You got to hold it in. So she's probably going to see quite a lot of success during that transit, but she also needs to be very, very careful that she's not doing too much or she's misspeaking. You got to be careful. Saturn will make you pay for things that you say. So, her North Node is in Cancer. Don't know what house it's in, but Jupiter and Venus are moving through here. So I wouldn't be surprised if she buys a new home or she moves homes or something like that. Like, we'll see how this goes. But it's giving like a new. Well, obviously her ex-husband died, so it's like starting a new life, a new home. She might move. Maybe she'll move. I think she might. We'll see. Maybe she'll buy a new house in the same suburb. I don't know. But there's a lot of movement here in terms of the domestic situation. Now, this is look at all the green planets. You know how I very often say when it comes to death transits, either you are experiencing the loss through death, or someone's literally died. I very often look at the chart to see what's happening, and how I describe it is a click into place. I don't have any definitive transit for death. All I can describe it as is a clicking into place. The chart clicks. There's just lots of conjunctions. So let's go through them. The moon is on the south node. The moon is transiting over her south node. Jupiter and Venus are transiting over her north node. So there's conjunctions there. And then the north node, the current north node, is sitting on her Venus. And then she's got her Mars return. Like, Mars is in Libra right now. So there's so many conjunctions going on here that it's clicked into place. So this was a pretty important day for her. She's being pushed into her potential. She's achieving her spiritual. She's spiritually evolving. She's moving forward with a very heavy heart, very heavy broken heart that's shattered into pieces. But she's going to do it. So anyway, oh God, she's so busy right now. She's got to be so strong. She's going to cry in the pantry of her kitchen. That's like, she can't. She's so busy. Because I think she's got her next shows in a couple of weeks. I think she's taking a couple of weeks off, and then she's going to go back to work. This is going to be such a public grieving period for her, because she's going to have that show. We'll see if the show lasts. It's been greenlit for another year, but we'll see, because over the next 6 months, she's going to address it on her show. There are going to be tears. Saturn moving over her Venus with a camera in her face. Yeah, she's going to be crying. So just gear up for that, you know. Hopefully she's got lots of good people around her to be there for her. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Please in the comments, write down what you think of Kelly Clarkson, and more importantly, like, how do you, yeah, how are you dealing if you do have some Pisces placements? How are you dealing with this Saturn in Pisces? How was it for you? Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.